Gotta love that spring energy at Whole Foods Market. Dive into tropical favorites like pineapple, a variety of juicy citrus, and it's the best time of year for mangoes. Make it a wallet-happy spring by shopping dried fruits, sparkling water, and more from 365 by Whole Foods Market. Prime members save daily on prepared foods, go-tos, and sweets from the bakery department, so you can spend less time in the kitchen and more time outside. Spring back to life at Whole Foods Market.
Empire. One of soccer's largest brands is seeking new technology.
There is a business model that is trying to that we believe that it's sustainable and can grow in the next years quite a lot. And also we can provide strategic assets to help this company grow.
That's Albert Mundet, head of the Barca Innovation Lab, where a soccer power tries to turn its incubator into a force as well. This is the Future Sport Podcast. I'm Bram Weinstein. We have been fortunate on this show to meet innovative thinkers attached to many major sporting brands in the United States and internationally. Barcelona is one of the standard bearers of European soccer, so hearing what sparks their interest was aligned with our goals of seeing major sports through the eyes of technology. Our guest this week is Albert Mundet. He's the head of the Barca Innovation Hub as we take a look at tech innovation and incubation through the eyes of one of the major premier teams in the world, FC Barcelona. It's nice to have you, Albert. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, it's my pleasure to be here with you.
Tell me a little bit about the Innovation Hub and what you guys are trying to achieve.
So Barca Innovation Hub is a new co of FC Barcelona, fully owned by FC Barcelona. And our focus is related to knowledge and innovation, right? So we are trying to build a company based on how we can incubate startups, helping them grow from a product development standpoint, but also from a commercial standpoint, leveraging everything that we can bring into the table for these two specific topics, right? But we also work on the research, scientific research area, right? So we're trying to build new knowledge, new know-how that can be applied to clubs, to football clubs, or other sports like basketball, like handball, like rolling hockey, like all these sports are part of a multi-sports club like us, right? So we're trying to also not only focus on football, but creating new knowledge that can be applied to these sports. For us, it's also a really important vertical that we work on. Apart from that, we also focused on what we call talent. So we try to develop the next generation of professionals, right, and helping them learn from our experience, from top experts that we also have in our ecosystem, in a way that they can learn from the best. And then all this talent that we have in our programs, then plugging these to our startups, plugging these to FC Barcelona as well as a part of selecting potential professionals for the club.
Huh.
And then we have a last activity, which is Sports Tomorrow Congress. It happened a couple of weeks ago in partnership with Mobile Congress, where we kind of share leading trends, or we bring thought leaders that can share with the audience their expertise, their success cases. So again, it's 4 pillars of activities: startup investment. We also work on the research, scientific research. We work on the talent side and the Sports Tomorrow Congress.
All right, let me go back to the talent side for a minute. So are you trying to work with founders to try to make them professionals within the organization in some way, or try to transition them into that type of role?
So there is 2 ways to work with the founder, right? So the one would be like really taking, so us being part of the cap table of these companies and helping them grow by basically providing strategic advice, providing as I said before, on the product development standpoint, how we can bring user feedback or top expert knowledge into their product development teams and so on. But then we have the other one, which is kind of educational programs, or let's training programs, right? So, and here can be focused for founders that are willing to learn more about sports, or founders that are in the sport and that can learn from our experts how they can improve their skill set, apply to particular sports. So that would be the second one. So these two ways are as a founder to work with us.
Okay. Let's talk about some of the startups that are of interest to you at this point. I know you have invested in a couple of them here early. One was called Visualify, which is a technology to help people with learning disabilities attend sporting events. Can you tell me a little bit about that company?
So Visualify is a company that we liked a lot because at the end of the day, has this triangle that we liked a lot. Well, it's super aligned with the values of the club. Second, there is a business model that is trying to that we believe that it's sustainable and can grow in the next years quite a lot. And also, we can provide strategic kind of assets to help this company grow, right? So this company operates in many different sectors. Their product is basically transforming through natural language processing sounds into visual signage that people with disabilities in their ears they can use that as a tool to have much more accessibility to football stadiums, but also to any train station, for example. They are also working in public administration buildings, right? So the particularity of the sports football stadium is that there is a lot of acoustic pollution, right? So and at some point you may need that specific warnings should be also displayed in our own app, or also for we did a pilot in our, we call it Oficina de Atención Barcelonista, which is the place all our members can go there and ask for whatever question they have, right? So we did that pilot in that office, and it has been super successful in terms of giving the accessibility to this particular minority with of people that have earning process. We're seeing that more and more in the Agenda 2030 here in Europe, more and more the regulations are asking companies and public administration buildings to have these tools to help to expand accessibility. So we see this as something that makes sense in terms of us helping this company enter the sports world, but also, again, it's aligned with our values. It's, again, also with everything that we do here at FCB.
One of the other companies you have, and this is pretty traditional for any innovation incubator, wearable data analytics. You guys view where that is now and where you want to see that sector grow?
No, thanks for that question. The story with Oliver is great in terms of we've been following them for a couple of years now, since the company was founded here in Barcelona, but the founder is from Argentina. He's a serial entrepreneur. He had another business, sold his first business in Argentina. It was a consultancy business in artificial intelligence technology. But what we love from that is that they are bringing to the grassroots level, to the amateur level, solutions that are bringing data to performance teams and players, right? This from a price point perspective, we had another company, incubated another company called Real Track Systems, that actually was acquired by Huddle 6 months ago, with a solution called Wimu Pro. And that solution we participated a lot on the product development of the Wimu Pro solution at the pro level, right? So this is a solution that is being used for our first team, but also from our basketball team, for our handball team. So all professional teams are using Wimu Pro, right? The challenge then is how you can bring that to the grassroots level, to the academies, to the young kids that are playing football, in order so they get used to use data to help them improve their skills, to improve their training sessions, right? So, and we understood that there was a gap in between the pro solution and the ability to bring that solution to the amateur level, right? So Oliver is trying to solve this gap. They have a solution which is pretty much accurate enough to start bringing these data-savvy players, right? But at the same time, have the price tag that this makes the whole thing much more affordable for these amateur players, for these amateur teams that are trying to build also their data analytics solutions for their players, right?
Gotta love that spring energy at Whole Foods Market. Dive into tropical favorites like pineapple, a variety of juicy citrus, and it's the best time of year for mangoes. Make it a wallet-happy spring by shopping dried fruits, sparkling water, and more from 365 by Whole Foods Market. Prime members save daily on prepared foods, go-tos, and sweets from the bakery department, so you can spend less time in the kitchen and more time outside. Spring back to life at Whole Foods Market.
This episode is brought to you by Chalk and Dog, which brings together the vast experience and expertise of two of the brightest agencies in media, sports, wagering, and gaming. With deep roots in the UK and the US, the agency offers expert guidance in everything from market entry to market expansion for startups as well as established global brands powered by best-in-class communication and creative experts. Chalk and Dog has vast international experience and delivers results-oriented, tailor-made solutions for B2B and B2C organizations. So we've got data analytics in wearable technology. You have this technology for people with learning disabilities. What other sectors of technology is your innovation hub interested in as you continue investing in new technologies?
So we have two types of focus area, I would say. First one is the sports tech, so everything that can be described as a sports tech, a technology that sports industry would be using for the sake of sport, right? And here we have two final users, our fans and our athletes. So everything that is related to help them to have them better lives, let's put it this way, or entertain better our fans, engage better our fans. That's something that we are definitely interested in, right? So that would be the first vertical, sports tech properly, with two final users, athletes and fans. But then we see a lot of potential on the intersection between sports and other sectors, right? We definitely think that sports has a lot of traction in terms of a lot of strategic alignment with companies that are willing to enter the sports sector. There's a lot of technologies that are being applied in other sectors that can come to the sports business area, right? And we want to bridge that gap as well. So we want to help through our incubator. We want to help through our venture activities. We want to help bring these latest technologies that are probably top-notch technologies and that are being applied in other sectors to bring that into the sports world through Barca and through Barca Innovation Hub, right?
Like what?
So
can you be specific? Like what type of technologies are in other sectors that you think would cross over into sports?
For example, everything that has to do with sustainability, right? So we have a stadium, 100,000 seat stadium, that will require the latest technology in terms of sustainability, clean tech, right? Mm-hmm. The question is, this is not specifically on the sports sector, but definitely those technologies can help sports stadiums, football stadiums to be more sustainable, definitely. So how we can help those companies enter the football world through this vehicle, this is our focus. But it's not only sustainability, health and wellness, right? So at the end of the day, everything that has to do with digital health can help our athletes to perform better, to prevent injuries better, right? And probably these solutions that are digital health can help a top professional athlete, but also can help a general population, right? The question is, where is the sweet spot where we bring these specific strategic alignment, something that can be used at the first team, but also can be expanded to a general population, right? That would be this health and wellness, right? Other examples, video tech related to entertainment, right? So one of our main businesses are the media business, right? So how we can bring technologies that are not specifically focused for football matches broadcast, but that can be applied at football matches broadcast, right? On any other sports live stream episode, right? So that's kind of where we see us working on that vertical. Again, sports tech, purely vertical solutions for design for the sports industry, and intersection between the sports industry and other sectors, and bringing those technologies, those companies into the sports world.
I want to ask you about this one because it's making a lot of news here in America, and I'm sure worldwide as well, but it's communication through AI technology and chat technology. Are you all, as a sports entity, looking at these type of technologies and potentially integrating them into sports?
Definitely. We've been working in that specific vertical, artificial intelligence applied to, in this case, tactical analysis, right? So, and we've been working on that. We developed internally a software, Spaces software that we call it here internally. Right now, we're understanding what's the best way to move forward, to keep it inside, or even, to share it with the world. And that's been a work for the last 5 to 6 years, bringing in the same team data scientists and coaches to build proper artificial intelligence models that are solving the questions that coaches have, right? So traditionally in the football world, not in basketball, probably not in baseball, not in more fragmented sports, but in football, the quantitative analytics were not close to the questions that coaches had. And I tell you why, right? So the reason basically is, the eventing data, which is the kind of the data that is more widespread across the industry, the football industry, it accounts for for events that happen when a player has the ball in their feet, right? And if you go through the whole match, you will see that this happens only 5% of the time, right? So at the end of the day, models built on that eventing data just account for 5% of the match. So we started building through tracking solutions, 25 times per second, the position of the player and the ball. Right now, they have a lot of providers that kind of helps you to get this data, this 25 times per second position of the 20 players and the ball. This is not fully automated yet, even though some companies pitch that it's fully automated. I can tell you that it's not fully automated. There is a need of a post-processing time for that. There is a lot of occlusions. There is a lot of, but we are getting there. We are almost getting in real time this tracking data fully automated, right? And then what we did in the last 5 years is build these models that are trying to kind of put a quantitative measure to these holistic concepts that coaches have, right? So we have that built as a first, as a software already that is actually automatizing a lot of processes that our video analysts, our match analysts were delivering in the last years, fully automating what is not actually relevant in terms of, I don't want to have a match analyst just cutting video. I want to have this match analyst just visualizing these cuts and then creating his experience-based analysis to the coaches. Right? Just to give you an example of type of activities that we do related to artificial intelligence, right? There's a huge room of improvement as well on the business side. We just finished the first project to build our digital twin for our stadium, for our future stadium. We did it with what is called Barcelona Supercomputing Center. It's a supercomputer we have close to our stadium, and we basically built a digital twin where we are able to predict how our fans will behave in terms of movements across the stadium based on many type of contingencies, right? And that can be applied to just improve efficiency of the stadium, improve operations of the stadium, but also improve the experience of our fans, improve our commercial activations, and so on and so forth. So to give you a couple of examples of how we're applying artificial intelligence at the club level.
It's all really interesting. Albert Mundet is the head of the Barca Innovation Hub at FC Barcelona. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. A pleasure to be here.
On the next Future Sport podcast, next-gen betting options through language models.
It's not an industry known for innovation. In my time in the industry, there are 3 standout innovations. The first one was betting in running. The second one was cash out. And the third one was in-game parlay. There hasn't really been any other standout innovations within the industry. Because the innovations have come from outside, like the smartphone is an innovation, but like they jumped on that.
That's Jonathan Power, Managing Director at VoxBet, where simplicity for a gambling customer turned into cutting-edge technology. That will do it for this episode. As always, the future is now. This is the Future Sport Podcast. I'm Bram Weinstein.